Dillon Brooks, holy macaroni. This man leveled up last night. I mean, I was in disbelief watching this Grizzlies playoff game where Dillon Brooks was looking like an all-star. And this Grizzlies team, as some of you might know, I am a fan of the Grizzlies. I have been for a long time, and I definitely did not expect them to be this far in the playoffs, and Ja Morant is obviously a big part of that. But Dillon Brooks averaging nearly 25 points a game in his last 5 games is definitely a big part of that too. He had an absolutely incredible performance with this and one move on former Grizzly Mike Conley. I mean, look at this move right here. That is just, whew, holy moly. That is beautiful. But Brooks is leveling up right before our eyes. Not to give too much of a spoiler, I'm going to be posting my top 500 players at the end of the season once the playoffs are done. But Brooks is pretty firmly in the top 100, and this is going to be the first time I ever have him as a top 100 player in the league. And he might be like top 70 or 80, and if he continues playing like this throughout the playoffs, he might be even higher than that. So, this is just a crazy performance on the road. Yes, I know the Jazz didn't have Donovan Mitchell, and this series will probably be a lot more even once Donovan Mitchell returns to the court. But holy moly, Dillon Brooks had an incredible game. You see here, there's under 5 seconds left, and he put the Grizzlies up 3. But, yep, I've seen a lot of evil Danny Green comparisons, and that seems to be pretty accurate. It's the most points by a Grizzlies player in their postseason debut. And look at this tweet by Chris Broussard. He said, man, these young boys ain't scared. Luka, D-Book, Trey, Ja, and then you have Dillon Brooks in that group, which I never thought I would have heard before the season. People are so determined for the Grizzlies Jazz to be boring and willingly missing Dillon Brooks play like a prime Michael Jordan. And then this right here is also really telling from his previous game against the Warriors. At one point in the game, Steph Curry was just 2 of 10 shooting when Dillon Brooks was guarding him, which is crazy. Which we go to Skip Bayless, what he said after the game. Yeah, I know he's Skip Bayless, but he said, I haven't seen anyone guard Steph more tenaciously and effectively than Dillon Brooks just did. Steph wound up with 39, but Brooks made it extremely difficult, especially when it mattered most. So, this leveling up of Brooks is definitely unexpected. I think as Grizzlies fans know, throughout his career, Brooks has definitely been an up and down player. When he's on, and when he's off, he's off. But lately, he's been on pretty much all the time, and it's been a beautiful sight to see. It's been a crucial reason why the Grizzlies are at where they are at right now, and the 8th seed Grizzlies just won their first game on the road in a huge win. Now, let's see how this series goes when Donovan Mitchell comes back. We'll see what happens there. Still encouraging sign for the Grizzlies. Dillon Brooks is leveling up. His reputation, the national media is starting to notice, and it only seems to be up from here for Brooks. Let's hope he has a good rest of this series against the Jazz.